It's an old rival in a new year looking for the same outcome. Chiefs, Super Bowl 59, and a chance to make history. Let's break it down. Welcome back, everybody. This is Ryan going rogue. I happen to be Ryan, and I am rogue. Flying solo. This is my Tuesday piece where I just lay it all out for you, how I see it. Make sure you like, sub, hit the bell, and join me here. If you don't know me yet, or you're finding this content for the first time because the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, welcome in. I've been doing this going on 22 years as a coach, as a consultant, as a media person, a creator. Welcome in. Not going to get fancy tonight. Tonight's pretty straightforward. I'm going to tell you what they need to do and why this is so special and why they have the chance to do something no one has ever done before. First, it's pretty straightforward. You love it when a plan comes together, and that's what has happened. I even, amongst the rest of the media, have been concerned all season long that you didn't go out and do everything you could at left tackle. You didn't go out and make sure that you drafted everything that you needed, including that position, as well as a couple of other pieces that you wanted to shore up. So you were left with an injury-plagued wide receiver position and the rookie Xavier Worthy trying to take up the slack. Pretty much the same formula as Rashee Rice last year. You get in that situation because we are used to seeing draft, work out, learn it in camp, make an impact during the season. Certainly has happened again for Xavier Worthy, but that's been part of the plan. It's been, we're not going to go all out. We're not going to do crazy stuff in free agency. We didn't go out and get our old friends that have helped us win championships in the past. We held out and we waited. We let this team come together and we let certain things develop that we felt, okay, now we need to go do something. You bring in DJ Humphries. He hasn't had to play because Joe Thuney has been, quite frankly, remarkable. And now you're in this position where you got everybody back. And everybody's beat up around the league except for the Chiefs. No, you don't have Rashee Rice. No, McCole Hardman, also still on IR. Sky Moore not coming back, also on IR. Two guys that scored in last year's Super Bowl are not available on this roster, and it's all okay. That's the big takeaway because this plan came together. Yes, missing them is significant in that from the look at what this roster was preseason, training camp, that would be almost unable to be overcome. But what did you do? You shifted gears. You went and got Juju Smith-Schuster. You went and got DeAndre Hopkins. And you were able to put it together, and you were able to stay patient and wait for Hollywood Brown's return. That's huge. And it got you to this point now where you have a stable of receivers, some with a lot of experience, including Hollywood and Hop and Juju, along with Xavier Worthy burning it up. Nico Remigio making some plays, Justin Watson making some plays. Guys that are contributing in different ways. Obviously, Remigio mostly on special teams, but the position is rounded out. And you let it all come together. You got guys back. Amenahue returned. Hollywood eventually returns. You get everything here, and now you have a full roster. Your injury report is basically empty, and that is what is most significant. This plan came together and did what they needed it to do, so they are full strength, or as full strength as they could be at this point in the season with this 53-man. You got to give somebody credit for that. It's Andy Reid. It's Brett Veach. It's being patient, winning games ugly, winning close games, and still getting it done. So let's just take that in for what it is. I really look forward to seeing how it pays off. I have a plan for it. We're going to get to that in just a second. But
the best way to get into the action is with BetUS and their deal with code YouTube150. You can start playing today with that exclusive offer. You can get into all the football that you want for the Chiefs, whether it's getting into the season-long odds against Super Bowl, against the division. The Chiefs are heavily favored in a lot of those, but there are plenty of bets to be made. You can do it all at BetUS, where you can get 150% of your deposit bonus up to 3 times and up to $2,000. Use YouTube 150 today at BetUS.
Now, that's not the only thing. You have to take the team that you're facing and make them one-dimensional. You have to take what they're good at, try to take some of that away. And if you can't do that, you have to switch the whole thing. And that's what the Chiefs have to do. This is an offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles that is banged up and beat down. You have the interior three. It's the polar opposite of the Kansas City Chiefs. We have Mailata and Johnson that are anchors on the outside, and you feel like you can get things done there. They're a great tandem. But on the inside, you got Juergens at center, who's got a bad back. There's no worse thing for an offensive lineman in this league than getting a bad back. Couldn't play last week. Had to come in late. Really couldn't do much. You're not going to be able to do the tush push with him. You're not going to be able to do anything really, really gross movement with him because he is injured. He's going to play through it. I expect him to start. He's going to push through, but he's not going to be himself. Landon Dickerson, obviously, lower leg injury. I don't care where it is. Doesn't matter. He tried to play last week and had to come out as well. He's going to be at one guard. Mekhi Becton is at the other, who has not had a season that you think you can be proud of. To me, the Chiefs can exploit the interior three of the Philly offensive line. You got to play around the tackles, but you can get after it in the middle. And here's the thing. That allows you to make some plays that other teams just aren't able to make because you can push up the middle. You can take the A gaps. You can beat the interior three with your defensive line, and you can keep your linebackers fitting into the run game where they belong. This is a game. You can't take chances. Chris Jones can't make guesses. Nick Bolton can't just see something and try to spark it. You have to stay assignment sound, because if you attack the middle and you stay assignment sound, you're going to be able to stop that run game. At least as much as we call it stop, meaning under 100 yards for Saquon Barkley. So he's not crushing you. He's not putting up 4 touchdowns, that kind of thing. That is a win against this run game. But that all comes with discipline and playing that run the way that it needs to be played according to your scheme. Now, you're going to have some other players. They're going to run some 3 safety sets. They're going to run out guys inside and out. You might see some 4 safety in this game. But everybody at the safety room, as we've talked about in the past, is a box safety. We don't really have a free safety type, a center fielder. Everybody's a box safety. So no matter what safety's down there, they're going to be helping against the run. They're going to be providing that guy that if you get counter, which the Eagles love to run, the Eagles run a run game that I would run, and that's the sad part. You get counter look, and you get one guy a step or two off out of position, and Barkley's hitting the left edge. You have playmakers that can come down at the safety and linebacker position and are athletic enough to come make that stop. That's what they have to do. That seals the game. That changes everything. If you do that and you control the edges where Barkley likes to go hit, and you make sure that you don't leave creases, big gaps, where you either guessed wrong, you got turned, and you left him a wall to run through, a hole in that line, then you're going to be in business, and you're going to make them be one-dimensional and throw the ball. And that's not what Jalen Hurts' strength is right now. He doesn't have a strength right now. He's not as mobile as he has been. He's got some lower leg, I believe it's a knee, as well as some back things as well. I don't think he can make a push up the middle as well. So you keep him from being 3-1. So you keep him from being 3-1, super short, where they have to actually make a play, and you don't feel that they can make that. I don't feel that they can make that. So that means they have to try to throw the ball. And if you can get them behind the sticks early in a series, you can control what they do, because they have a passing game, yes. Devonta Smith is hurt. A.J. Brown has been hit or miss these playoffs, and it's mostly, I think, because Jalen Hurts has trouble delivering the ball, especially if he's got pressure in his face. Staying in there and getting the ball to A.J. Brown is a little bit different, and it isn't the quick strike as much. You could hit him on slants. That's what I would do if I was the Eagles offensive coordinator. I don't know that Kellen Moore is going to do that. We're going to find out. But with Smith hurt, A.J. being a little bit limited in what he can do because of the ability to deliver the ball, it leaves Goddard. And we know the Chiefs have had trouble covering tight ends. They will continue to do that. He will get his. I do believe that he will be a guy that has some success when we look back on this Super Bowl. But I don't think it's a backbreaker. In the end, they have to make sure that they are everybody doing their job. And they talk about your job plus. This game, it's your job. Make sure you accomplish job number 1 for you, and everything else will fall into place. That's the keys to this game. We're going to talk more in depth. Dan and I are going to do a full game plan on Friday and give it all to you, every last step that we would take. So don't miss that. Gary's going to hit you later in the week with the stats and everything you need to know about tendencies and what he is looking for. You don't want to miss Gary, because he looks at it from a completely different angle than Dan and I do, and that gives you more information. And tomorrow, you're going to get the goods from Dan. So if you missed my breakdown of film last week, go check that out. It was on Friday. It was a special edition, so make sure you go check it out and get a look at what the Chiefs are going to look to do against that front in Philly. There's a lot of information, and we're going to have a ton more for you. Make sure you like and sub and hit the bell. Check out our friends over at BetUS. Do everything, because it's Super Bowl week, and it doesn't get any better than this. So have a great one. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more. and subscribe to RGR Football.